여긴 경기장 도시야.
All right, here we are, guys. Down at the bottom left-hand corner of Calm Before the Storm, we have our blue Protoss player from NSHoSeo. That is Sage. And he's going to try and pick up the reins from his teammate Jockji as he has to go against a very ridiculously good Terran player in the top right-hand corner. That is our red Terran player from the team FX Open Esports. It is GuMiho.
Yeah, and GuMiho, he took apart a couple Protoss players last time these two met. He did beat San. I believe he also beat Tassadar as well. I just looked at the match earlier today. I don't believe he played Sage, though. Or did he? Maybe they opened with Sage. That's possibilities. One of the two. Trying to remember.
Sage has actually been the guy who's been opening for NSHoSeo during a few of these matches, but I actually don't remember offhand. So.
I feel like he didn't play him, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, so if I am, I'm sorry.
That's true.
Sorry, all right?
That's true. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show today, though, as we are, like I said, getting down to the very end of things. Tomorrow, of course, we are going to have the lower bracket finals played out between the winner of this and OGS, and then on Thursday is the grand finals going to take place between Prime and the winner of those lower bracket finals. Yep. And as always, if you guys have enjoyed our casting, as we love you so very much, please do check us out on Twitter. I am at CatsPajamasSC2. He is at GoSudoa. We have birthdays coming up around the corner. We have both loved to be over 9,000 followers, if that's okay with you.
Be a great birthday present.
Yes.
We do have we have birthdays that are close together.
Yes, we do. You're the 22nd, I believe?
Yes, I am the 22nd of March. That's my birthday. Everybody knows.
Yes, I'll say it. I'm the 20th. I'm the first day. I'm the first day of spring, so...
But
was supposed to be born on St. Patrick's Day, but my mom was in labor with me for 3 days because it's just too nice and warm.
Okay. Well, that could qualify as too much information, I guess.
Yeah. It's true.
I am older than you, though.
You
by
are.
a couple of years.
Yep. I am turning 25. I can finally rent rental cars for a decent price.
Cool. I could rent a rental car, but I don't want to. I'd rather walk. Yeah.
Well, GuMiho actually opened with gas first, and putting down the barracks as a wall up at the front. He has his factory on the way as well. We'll see if this just goes into quick. Oh, okay. All right. Their second gas right away.
I think we're going to see a 1-1-1 out of GuMiho. It certainly could be. Now, we've seen Terrans play this in a couple different ways. Some of them have tried to just go 1-1-1 on one base, just try to straight up kill their opponent right away, because a lot of Protoss do play sort of economically aggressive on this map. And that's kind of what Sage is doing. He's not being too crazy about it, but he kind of is. The other option that we see, too, is we see some 1-1-1 expands from Terran players, too. So we'll have to see which GuMiho chooses to do. With the second gas, though, it's making me wonder if it's going to be an all-in. We'll see. It could just be Cloak Banshees as well.
Well, we'll certainly find out in a bit, as that starport just started. There's the tech lab. And then we'll see how many add-ons, Oh, I really apologize. How many add-ons and units are going to pop out here momentarily? GuMiho not expending any gas to put up a reactor or anything at the front, but he is continuing with his marine production.
Yep. Still waiting to see exactly what GuMiho's planning to do.
And
started a Hellion, but then he changed it. He's like, no, I don't want a Hellion. I want a Banshee instead.
Didn't quite have enough time. Would have delayed his his Banshee by about 10 seconds or so, and decided that it wasn't worth it. Wanted that Banshee just that much quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does have enough for Cloak as well. So is it going to be, normally you'd start Cloak first, and no, you might just start Cloak right afterwards as well.
This is
Cloak Banshee. Okay.
This is a really long walk, and therefore fly distance on this map as well. So it looks like maybe I have my timings off, but by the time the Banshee comes out and it takes all that time to fly across, Cloak should be very close to finished anyway.
Yeah, it should be. Normally on smaller maps, you do see Cloak started first, just so it can get done about that timing. But you're right, on a bigger map like this, you probably can start the Banshee earlier and then plan on having Cloak done in a time. We'll have to kind of watch that timing. Looks like Robo coming out after those 2 gates, though, for Sage. GuMiho does see absolutely everything. He knows that there's not going to be a ton of anti-air, so he's got to be pretty happy about that. And another command center from GuMiho. So, yeah, it is just going to be a 1-1-1 expand from him. Pretty popular on this map.
Still continuing with Cloak, he does know that there's going to be detection available for Sage. Of course, it can't be everywhere at once. It will force him to make a couple of observers if he wants to be able to defend all of his locations. But There's one Stalker up. And actually, Sage, you know, he's parked a probe over on the left-hand side, and it looks like this may very well catch the Banshee in transit.
Yeah, Sage knows his stuff, man. I mean, he knows his TVP on this map, and so he is expecting... Look at that. Oh, GuMiho, what a great path. Look at that. He's just cutting around the place where a lot of people would put a unit to scout. GuMiho is so smart, man. You hardly see anyone else doing that. He's getting another command center at home, by the way, but look at this damage that he's doing at the natural.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, though. He is double expanding out of this now. And Sage, he's also putting up another Nexus of his own, so both players are going to be on 3 base here very quickly. But this Banshee has already done quite a bit of damage, 7 kills already.
Oh, he's going to get the sentry, too. Very nice. Guardian Shield to try to prevent a little bit of damage didn't work out too well. No. Might as well use the energy, though.
Yeah, unfortunately not. He actually wanted to put that out quicker, but he only got 75 energy right before
is it
he
gonna
died.
Get away?
Yes, it is. Very nice. All right, so GuMiho expanding, double expanding behind this, as we mentioned before. He's already got one of those turning into orbital commands now, and he will try to put down that third relatively quickly. Sage, on the other hand, just finishing up his third as well. He is still up by 15 workers, though.
Man, and that Banshee coming in and doing some more damage as well. But yeah, chrono boosted workers can do quite a bit. GuMiho's expansion was noticeably later, as we saw here. Oh, deciding. Okay, I was going to say he was not going to go for those sentries, but he gets one and gets away again with the Banshee. Wow, GuMiho really, really doing a good job of keeping these Banshees alive.
No kidding. 10 kills between them, I believe. That's all right. Yeah,
I think he's just going to fly him home now, too.
Pretty good, and he's continuing with tanks as well, so that Nada style push where he has tanks, Ravens, Banshees, Marines, oh my.
Yeah, that is what we've been seeing quite a bit, and you're right that Nada is one of the Terran players that we see doing that more often than not in TVP lately, which is pretty cool. I really hope he repairs those Banshees too. I mean, that's always such a waste when you have a Terran player that does all that damage with Banshees. They escape with low health, and then they don't get repaired, so they just immediately die in the next fight. He is sending a couple SCVs along with this, so fingers crossed, Banshee lovers.
Banshee lovers.
Banshee lovers out
there.
there.
Does it sound like an insult there?
That's
you Banshee lovers!
That's what Leenock is saying. He's shaking his fist at the heavens and going, you Banshee lovers!
Well, they were going to get repaired. Those SCVs are certainly trying to do so, but unfortunately the Banshees are just flying away.
Like, slow down.
And now sitting over the chasm there.
Scumbag Banshee.
Wow, no
Calls
kidding.
in for repair and then flies away and flies over pits.
Just imagining that little plaid cap right on top of her head there. All right, well, let's see now. As Sage is producing off of 5 gateways, just 5? Yeah, 5 in a robo. Has a Warp Prism coming out as well. Has, oh, I'm sorry, did I say 5? I meant 6.
Yep.
6 gateways in a robo, but no forges quite yet.
Push coming for GuMiho pretty soon here. Scan kind of reveals the army. Wow, great scan timing there. Manages to pick it up just in time. Oh, I like this too. Putting the SCVs off to the side while the, or I guess not maybe, but he is going to go in for some more damage with the Banshee, and this could pull back Sage's forces and allow him to get a good position with his ground army as well.
Oh, God, Sage is really far out there, and the Banshees are just starting to go to town on the probes. Is he going to turn around or just go for it?
He's thinking about it.
Is he going to rely on Warpins? He's got 3 Stalkers coming in already. He's going to have a few more after that.
He's going for the Nexus. He's going to make Sage respond to this. Oh, and GuMiho poking with his army as well. He does see the army. Almost gets that Warp Prism.
Yeah. Really need to drop those units out of the Warp Prism here soon. Looks like he is responding to the units back, trying to do some damage. Point defense drone is up as well. He's tearing through the Marines up at the front. Looks like the Marines were just delaying to allow the tanks to escape, but Zealots are still tearing after them. Sage, you know, he did take some losses here, and the point defense drone certainly did help, but I've got to say he cleaned this up pretty well and has a pretty good engagement coming his way as well.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to be a lot of pressure that he'll be able to push on GuMiho here. Didn't lose his Nexus, which is also huge. He did manage to drop that Immortal out at the last minute as well. We didn't see it, but he did manage to save that Immortal before the Warp Prism went down. And this is a big attack coming in. The Zealots are not in the front, though. Not the best positioning at all for Sage.
No, not at all. But this Immortal is still proving to be so strong. He's torn through a couple of tanks already. Could get himself another one in a second. And it looks like just the sheer might of the Protoss army is going to start pushing this back. However, Sage doesn't have enough to continue pushing. He's going to have to run away.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was a really poorly executed attack by Sage. I mean, the units were all in the wrong position. He did manage to do a decent amount of damage regardless of that, so we'll have to see kind of where he decides to go from there. Banshee's coming in again, but they get seen immediately.
Yeah, and there's an observer with that as well, so no real threat of cloaked Banshees anymore. Sage comes out in the supply advantage, up by 10 supply, up by 10 workers, so army supply pretty consistent for these two players.
Yep, double engineering bay now for GuMiho, so he's going to actually switch over to Bio. You can see he's making 4 Marines and 2 Marauders at once, making some Vikings as well, trying to prepare for the possible Colossus switch. I think we're going to see him add on some Medivacs. Might decide to scan just to see if there are any Colossi out there. But yeah, this is going to be a switch that Sage may not be expecting to. We'll see. Although, does he have an observer right in the base? He might.
Yes, he does. It's actually
okay. Yeah, so he should know what's going on.
Yeah, so we have that observer taking a look around. He's seen this full infrastructure switch. Banshee is warded away once again. Does manage to get 3 additional kills. And supplies are pretty even for our 2 players now.
Yeah, now 1-1 is on the way for Sage, right? And 1-1 should be starting very soon for GuMiho. His engineering bays are finished, but he hasn't started it out quite yet. He doesn't quite have the gas. That's going to be a problem for him because it is going to give Sage a nice little upgrade advantage. And GuMiho's going to need to defend against this War Prism. Oh, man, that War Prism is so dead.
It is dead, but he does get a few units down. GuMiho was actually forced to put up 4 gas at the same time. He had no gas. I mean, he had the 2 geysers that he was initially mining from, but that was it. And that's Zealot going to be able to stand toe-to-toe and eventually kill the Marauder. A few more workers going down. Finally, some landed Vikings will clean things up, but not before a good bit of damage was done. Sage taking another base on the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, not too bad. That's a good place to hide it, too. GuMiho may not check there. You can see he's already checking the bottom left with that factory eventually. And GuMiho right now is just going to try to expand really aggressively and then hit a nice timing with maybe 2-2 or something like that, or just kind of keep trying to expand and stay ahead of his opponent that way. But as we can see, you know, he is a bit behind economically and as far as upgrades go too. So Sage in kind of the best position he can hope for at this point.
Very GuMiho. It's a sloppy game, but it's, you know, I mean, he just kind of has that killer instinct. He was really, really supply blocked right there. Still is. He had to actually put down 7 supply depots at a time in addition to the 2 command centers. He was floating tons of minerals and didn't have any gas. But with that being said, he is still equal in supply. He's made a successful tech transition. His infrastructure looks amazing. He's going to have enough orbital commands that will be able to sack SCVs, replace those with bio units, so he is still in a really good spot.
Yeah, this game could certainly go either way. Now we're kind of going to move into the typical type of game that Protoss players like to play on this map. You know, a longer game where you can get the Colossi out, get the High Templar out, really control those movement paths for Terran, and kind of win in a very late game situation. So Sage should be feeling pretty comfortable here himself as well.
And I don't know if GuMiho actually scanned and saw the Colossus. It was really close to popping out. He is putting up a Ghost Academy nonetheless. And Sage going to roll his way up to the front. 164 supply to 151. And +1 armor, +2 weapons coming up for these Marines now. Sage sitting on those 1-1 upgrades. He's already got 2-2 on the way.
Yep, taking some tank shots. Let's be careful with that. Sending the Immortal in first to bust that bunker.
Yeah. Nice job. Of course, only takes 10 damage while his Ardent Shields are still up, so pretty effective way to tank the first couple of, well, tank shots.
All right. Small task force. Task Force Marauder, they call it. The M team. You've got a building somewhere that needs sniping. If you can find them, or find their medevac at least, call the M team.
All right.
I love it when I'm not left hanging. It's go time.
I'll pity the fool who's left hanging.
That's right.
All right, so...
They love it when a plan comes together, and they love it when they catch a Colossus as well.
No kidding.
Go M team.
All right. They're going to roll through. When the odds are stacked against them, they have what it takes.
Wow.
And, well, now there's Charge Lots and there's Archons there as well. It's going to be a little bit harder for the M team to...
Yeah, they might have some attrition here. Focusing down random things. All right, well...
You get 2 Colossi.
Well, that's the end of the M team.
Or 2 Archons.
That's right.
Oh.
So, that plan didn't exactly work out as the M team was hoping there, but
the M team never dies. That's kind of soul crushing. Like, what future do I have in my life if the M team can't succeed?
Never made it past the pilot episode that time.
No, guess not.
Yep.
All right.
GuMiho, though, despite the loss of the M team, still in great shape.
That's a super heavy Marine composition, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage output, and there are no High Templar out quite yet that have Storm. Storm's going to finish very, very soon, though, so things could change very rapidly. It's a very scary army for Sage, so are we going to see GuMiho taken out with only getting 1 kill here?
Tank gets a couple more shots there. We'll certainly find out. Oh, and there is a Cloaked Banshee, but there's already a couple of Photon Cannons. I'm not sure if the detection range is far enough, though. No, it's actually just too far away. Probe sneaking through there. Of course, you look at someone's vision, alerts go like mad.
Yep, that's right. More damage with the Banshees, though.
Wow. It's pretty good.
Look out, Assimilator.
I bet she's got your number. Oh, feedback,
Sure.
feedback. No, not going to hit.
Doesn't quite get it.
Just waiting for it, but...
And so Sage should be pretty safe from these Banshees. Didn't do a whole lot. He's got... Is that 3-3 on the way or 2-2 right now?
it's 3-3.
3-3 on the way for Sage as well.
Yellow, green, blue.
Researching Cloak for his Ghosts, actually, as well.
Let's see. Yeah, personal cloaking coming out now, and he does have a few Vikings being added in, but don't think he's invested in any... Let's see. Does he even have an armory? He does, and he had +1 vehicle weapons, but not air weapons.
Interesting. I wonder if that was maybe a misclick, because he didn't really make a whole lot of tanks.
No.
And it may have been a decision, too, to switch out that composition. Oh, is he going to catch that Templar? Nice little snipe there.
Yeah.
That little group of units out on the map for GuMiho. I mean, look at down at the bottom of the map as well. Another attack going on from that factory. It's not very effective, though, because factories don't have any weapons.
Big splotch of red down there, though.
That's a bit disappointing.
Yes.
Factories impersonating drops.
Yes. I'm waiting for one of them to eventually start to get weapons. Tractor beams even would be fine.
One of these days, factory drivers are going to realize that they can still make Hellions, and they're just going to drop them out.
Well, we have RSVP levels of cannons going on down there at the bottom right-hand corner.
Why not?
And so this is going to be plenty enough forces to clean up these zealots to disrupt. Well, not even really. They kill one mule, but that one was pretty low as it is.
Yeah.
These Marines are certainly in for a shock, though.
Yep. GuMiho, though, replacing those units immediately.
And I incorrectly before said that those were charge lots.
Wow,
no. I just
Not yet.
assumed that he was going to have that by then, but charge is only now coming up.
They will be soon.
Yes.
Soon they will be charged lots.
Trademark.
Storm there trying to drive back some of the bioforces. They do kill the pylon, powering a lot of those cannons, though.
Yeah. And that's that needs to become an Archon, and it's
oh,
not going to
no.
happen.
Denied.
Yes.
That one Archon is like, they were like starting to hug, and one of them just evaporates.
Oh,
That's got to be traumatizing.
Yeah, it really does.
No kidding.
Oh, this could be so good for us. Is it as good for me as it is for you? I think so.
Probably not.
Oh, then we're dead.
'Cause we're dead.
Yeah. All right.
All right, well, GuMiho has a great attack at the natural going now.
Yes, he does. Going to try and push his way through, and GuMiho not really going to find much resistance. Oh, he's going to get a Colossus as well. One sitting on the high ground in addition. Going to pick off a few units. Oh, but it's going to be difficult for Sage to recover against this. He's got to bring his entire army back, and he may lose all of his production in the process.
You know, I wonder if he's going to bring his army back or if he's going to go for a base trade. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like he is going to bring his army back, but like you said, it's just not going to be it's not going to be soon enough. He's going to lose everything here.
Oh my God, watch how quickly these gateways disappear.
Oh,
There's
wow.
1, 2, 3, 4 have already fallen.
Yep,
and,
there's one Colossus in the back, but it's not going to do a lot of damage. GuMiho just annihilating the base of NSHoSeo. Sage still has a strong army, but GuMiho now actually has the high ground against Sage in his own main.
That's
so
ridiculous.
it's going to be tough for Sage to break in here as well.
All right, well, Sage is
Look
doing a
at
couple
this.
of things. He's producing 6 gateways up in the top left-hand corner along with a Dark Shrine, and Sage pulls all the way back just to say, forget it, I am going for the base trade.
I guess not. GuMiho, meanwhile, back at home, what is he doing to prepare for this?
And he's got a few forces.
He's got some stuff. Obviously, that's not going to defend too much. Sage, though, going for the 4th burst. That's going to give GuMiho even more time to survive. You know, if I were GuMiho right now, I would just take my entire army and move back and just try to clamp the Protoss army between, you know, the natural and your army.
Yeah.
See what that can do. Obviously, he's going to lose his base here. He's not even going to lift it, just using this to kind of stall for time, I would imagine.
Well, he is going to take out all of the attack. Once again, though, we do have Dark Shrine. Look at the way he's reproducing that Gateway army once again, or the Gateway farm, I should say.
He's got a ton of resources, so he totally can do this. He still has 3 bases up there as well, so weirdly enough, Sage actually coming through this as best as you could really imagine.
That's kind of absurd when you think about it.
Can't believe it. Yeah, absolutely. He's still going to be on a solid 4 bases after that, which is more bases than GuMiho is going to be on.
Yeah, if you guys are just joining us, this isn't a hidden expo being killed down to the bottom left. No, in fact, Sage spawned down here in the bottom left completely.
Wow, crazy game from GuMiho and Sage here.
Yeah.
And here comes the army again. So, yeah, not attacking the natural despite kind of the weakness of that army there.
We have a nuke coming up as well, so GuMiho going to use that to his advantage. Looks like Sage decides, okay, I killed a base, now it's time to come back.
On the high ground, he can nuke from up there, he can snipe.
Oh, pretty good storm, actually catching a lot of units there. And there's a scam, but unfortunately, Snipe was not quite close enough.
Sending out one cloak ghost, he could get a decent EMP on there too if he's careful.
Or he could go down to the bottom right and nuke. Oh, there is a drop inside of Sage's new base. Oh, but is he going to get the Nexus in time? He's trying his best.
Oh, wow.
400 hit points, 300, 200, and it looks like he'll get cleaned up.
Stops micering. Does he get the Templar even? No. Another nuke here. Not going to do a whole lot. Just singe a few cannons.
Yeah.
Well, kill a few cannons maybe, but not doing a ton of damage either way. GuMiho moving back up the map. That cannon's like, well, I'm glad I wasn't built over there.
that was awfully close.
Yeah.
All right, that is a fair number of ghosts in that army, though. And again, with their... So, ghosts, obviously, they had their overall damage reduced, but now they do 25 plus additional to Psionic, as you can see now. So, 50 versus Psionic in total. So, it's still just 2 snipes to kill a Templar, so it's not going to affect TVP all that much.
And the EMPs, though. Oh, the EMPs. Oh, he hits a lot of the sentries, does miss a Templar. He's trying to kill it. Doesn't get it here, but now GuMiho's going to attack. Oh, look at all the Vikings, too. He's going to own those Colossi so quickly.
Oh, God, but he eats a storm.
No kidding, yeah.
Quite a bit of damage output
the
there.
EMPs, are they going to be good?
We'll find
They
out.
are quite good. Oh, here goes GuMiho.
Oh, man, just a back and forth at the moment. These Vikings have actually taken quite a bit of damage, but they have dealt with the Colossi so quickly.
Yeah,
Another preventative storm just to move Sage back here a little bit, and we'll see if he does indeed land on the high ground.
He will use them. Now he has to kind of stutter step against those Zealots, but that is a lot of charge lots for GuMiho to deal with. Storms mostly hitting the Zealots. That's going to help out as well. Vikings on the high ground, but they are going to get annihilated by everything up there. They are not very powerful at all.
So Sage actually finding a way to equalize against this, and ladies and gentlemen, GuMiho, he's not doing any mining.
No, not at all. He doesn't have any bases. He's pulling all his SCVs. I think he's going to go all in. But, guys, I don't think GuMiho can win this one. He's nuking again, but there's no mining going on there anyway. It just doesn't matter.
No, not at all. Take a look at that ghost.
Wow.
He has 6 kills, but that's it.
So despite losing his main, Sage, oh, that poor probe, Sage appears to have won this game at this point.
That's remarkable. He has better overall economy considerably than his opponent. He's got 3 full bases. That's important because he's not going to be starved out of this game for an incredibly long period of time.
Yeah, 4 bases technically. I mean, he doesn't have mining going on at all of them, but
well, he has one over here too. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 bases even. Yep. And he's making DTs as well, so he's going to use whatever scans that GuMiho has left over. Dropping here, he's going to kill this Nexus for sure.
Yeah, he actually will get it this time. Sage actually being brought back once again.
Yeah, trying to just get in there and do as much damage as he possibly can. Micering against those charge lots, though, yeah, I don't know. I mean, charge Zealots with those upgrades are just way too good against drops like this.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, even if GuMiho kills all these Zealots, he's not going to survive the army coming up the ramp as well.
You can see how slowly they actually take to kill Zealots like that.
Yep.
Pack of Stalkers, oh my god, killing a command center over here on the right-hand side, and this is really, really bad for GuMiho. He only had a couple remaining. Looks like he does still have 4 command centers in total, but, I mean, look at this. Already pylons waiting for this expansion. He's not going to be able to find anything down here. So there's a Nexus sitting there.
Oh, Sage has this game locked down pretty well.
Yeah. Very much could put NSHoSeo just 1 game away, and what resilience as well.
Yep. Oh, no.
Oh, Marauders.
Marauders. Yeah, they do escape, but take some damage, don't do any in return.
M-Team, the sequel, not as successful.
That's right. Yeah, it's because it's all different actors now, you know.
It just loses its fun, you know?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
All right, well, let's see. He shifts back. He sees the Nexus sitting there. Surprise Nexus. Sage not going to be able to warp anything in there, of course, but he's got a big enough army. He may be able to just kind of push in a second. Taking a look, 65 workers and falling, of course, as a few die over here at this Nexus. But about 20 workers. Take that out of the supply difference. It means he's still ahead by about 30 supply. Oh my god!
Losing the Medivacs as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, GuMiho nearly 100 supply down right now. This isn't looking good for GuMiho. Looks like no all-kill this time for him.
No, in fact, it looks like Sage is going to put NSHoSeo just 1 game away from advancing to the lower bracket finals against OGS.
Yeah.
There it is. GG.
Wow.
Congratulations, NSHoSeo. Wow.